do have keys. Procrastination is something I'm guilty of a lot. And YouTube is like one of my biggest procrastination tools. I just have a meeting to go to with a client quickly. Stay. Okay, that's done. I mean, I've been saying I'm gonna make a YouTube video this week for weeks, and it never happens. Like, legit, I keep saying to myself, I keep doing it every single time. And I just keep kind of procrastinating the idea. Left my keys in the van. I normally have lots of stuff and I have to carry it. And today I have a bag that I could carry and I had the wheelie cart thing in the van that needed to go. So this isn't normal. I'm not normally this lazy. Also not ideal. How's this gonna happen? This is stupid. Carrying something that's designed so I don't have to carry stuff. If you've seen my stories and you follow me on Instagram, you'll know the battle that I've had carrying boxes. I overcommit. I carry too many things, so I got one of these little trolleys. The stairs do cause a bit of an issue with the whole process. Kind of defeats the purpose. So let's just. I want to break down what I kind of want to explain the point of what I'm getting at. I think I struggle with making YouTube videos. I don't struggle making daily Instagram videos. That seems really easy. In my mind, that seems really easy. It's throwaway. It's like there's less responsibility, I guess, on getting it right. But for YouTube videos, it feels like there's more pressure, and I don't know why that is. I feel like when I go from my phone vertically to my camera horizontally, the pressure doubles, and then I shit the bed. What I end up doing is procrastinating everything that I have been thinking or considering doing. I have good intentions, but I have bad execution. I guess a lot of it comes down to me for like why I want to make videos on YouTube, and sometimes I don't know what the answer to that question is. But most of the time the answer is because I just like making videos, all sorts of videos. It doesn't really, sometimes it's a vlog, sometimes it's a story, sometimes it's an idea. I find it fun, and it annoys me that I'm so inconsistent at making them. Started filming a video about these Lemura lenses, which is still being made. Can you believe it? Like, it's mostly filmed. It's just pull your finger out your jam roll and get the video finished, dude. I've been doing Instagram stories pretty much daily for like 3 years. A lot of that's got to do with consistency. It's drawing the line, just going like, it's a story, it needs to go up, just get it done, fella. And while you do create a lot of average crap doing that, you learn a lot about yourself, about your productivity, about your production, about how you do things. You learn new tricks and tips, and you kind of generally, when pushing out a lot of content, you tend to learn a lot of new stuff. It's logical when you think about it. YouTube can't do it. So in the interest of that, I was like, you know what? Maybe I just need to like film a video once a week on the same day. I don't know, a different day, a day every week that I just tell you what I'm doing. Which I don't really know what the outcome of that is, but it's good fun, and it lets me play with all my lights and tripods. And this is my office, by the way. Editing desk, additional editing. Who doesn't need 2 editing desks? That's an analog desk. Kind of this dream, where it's just pens and pads, and I get to gaze out into the office. I don't use it enough. Rubbish. Ignore that. And then studio. Photo studio. Sometimes it's a photo studio, sometimes it's a video studio, sometimes it's a coffee corner. It just depends who's here and what we're at. I wanted to set different parts of the room up to make YouTube videos, But needless to say, I've procrastinated with that as much as I have procrastinated with the video creation. But we will get there eventually. If you watched a few of my recent videos, it's been very shaky. It's been very messy. I broke my GorillaPod. I mean, I don't know what happened. It could have been user error. But what happened was the camera fell out of the bit. You know, the slide bracket? So I was holding a GorillaPod, and then the camera fell on the ground. And then I threw the GorillaPod on the floor, and then I smashed the GorillaPod to pieces and broke it. I'm not proud, because I have to buy a new one. So I have bought a new one, the 3K Pro, and waiting for it to arrive. It should arrive today at my house, and I'm here, not at my house. So that's a little bit inconvenient, you know, but what are you gonna do? I just had a meeting about a photo shoot I'm doing for an outdoor clothing company next week. Got a bit of photo editing to do from a shoot yesterday, and then I'm bouncing out later on to take some photos for the fun of it. One of the problems, I think I have with this whole concept is that I do this for a living. So I produce videos, I take photos, I'm also a designer. It's very confusing. Not to explain, I understand it. I do a bunch of different stuff, and I do that for a living. So when you're putting a lot of effort into client videos and concepts, and when you're putting a lot of effort into that every day for your clients, suddenly it seems really difficult to do it for yourself. And Instagram stories feel like a very achievable way for me to do that. What I'd like to try and do is create a bunch of concepts and ideas of my own, but I'd also kind of like to show people how I do what I do. And I'm not like a tutorial, because I'm not really a tutorial sort of a guy. Like, for example, yesterday I was doing this job that I've started to do quite a bit more with people, like a full day turnaround effectively, right? So you go in, you have a meeting, you talk about ideas, concepts, what you can do, you spend a few hours filming, you spend a few hours editing. The idea behind it's not really about like filming tons of stuff, because it needs to be achievable. It needs to be something we can film and edit that day, so when I leave I hand over, you know, the finished product to those people. And it's a really fun way, it's a different way of doing stuff, and it suits a lot of people who maybe don't have excessive budgets or excessive amounts of time, but do need regular work and do need quick turnaround. And I think that's something that you don't always anticipate coming into this industry. I've been working professionally as a creator for a long time, so I've kind of experienced this for years, but especially for new people coming into it and younger guys coming, there's this aspiration all the time, this dream of what we want to do, you know, the Super Bowl ad. But sometimes you need to, you know, pop down to the fish and chip shop down the street and make a sweet video for them in a day. And that's real life, that needs done. But I really enjoy challenges, whether it's a small budget, small amount of time, or a big budget with a lot of people and a lot of expectations. I just thought it'd be kind of cool to maybe create some inside videos as to, you know, how we did it, how I did it, who I worked with, maybe some of the challenges, some of the ways we tried to solve things. I'd like to do a bit more of that and mix those videos in with things like the Halloween video that I did at Halloween, oddly. If you haven't seen that, there's a link down there somewhere to go and have a watch of it. It's kind of like a concept idea, and I really like making those. So I kind of just want to mix it up, find my feeling again, and work out what the hell I'm doing. Right, let's get out of here. Done. Stuff edited. I'm gonna go take photos with my friend Dan. Why do I do that? Going to take photos with my Dan. All this needs to go off. It's ridiculous. I mean, this is annoying. I work my own hours. So whatever hours I want to work. I set the day. I set the hours. Yet here I am at 4 minutes past 5, leaving my office in the city center, and now I have to drive in traffic. Like, what is... I'm reading that book, 4-Hour Work Week, and I'm still stuck in the mindset of 9 to 5. Do me a favor. Right, so I picked up Daniel.
Yo.
You may remember him from other videos that included Daniel. We're in the middle of this place here. Complete darkness. What are we photographing?
You're gonna be on a mound,
okay,
on a hill in the middle of the water with hopefully a drone flying above with a light. That's too.
It's probably a horrible idea because it's really, really windy. And then Dan's gonna take a photo of the drone flying around. I think it's too windy for a drone, if I'm honest. It was horribly, horribly cold. It's not my... Oh no. It's not my cup of tea. It was very, very cold. It was very wet and muddy. I was trying to take a photo, and then everything was going wrong. And then I quit when I put my hand into like a nettle bush. I was like, not for me, thanks. Anyway, that was a tricky photo shoot, to say the least. Dan's a very different photographer to me. Dan can go out and take 2 photos in an entire session, like legitimately 2 photos. Like he might do a few practice shots, but at the end of a session, he'll have 2 photos, and they'll be pristine. I'm more of I like to shoot a lot of different photographs, a lot of variation. I have a short attention span. Daniel does not have a short attention span. So it's always cool going out with him and shooting stuff like that and just concentrating on getting his images. Mine were shit today. All my photos are crap. Ah well. This is them. See what I mean? Anyway, but today was about Dan getting a photo that he had wanted to try for a while. Conditions weren't perfect, but this is the shot and it looks pretty cool. If you want to check out Dan, there's a link to his Instagram below. But apart from that, thanks for watching, and let's make more of these. Why did I shut that? Why did I open it? None of this matters.